6:13 First Alert weather forecast.
Welcome back at 6:13. Some of us have seen a little bit of patchy fog developing, but overall it's been a pretty quiet night, and that'll be the case for early morning. However, a cold front looms out to our west, and that will bring a few storms our way later on this afternoon into the evening. That does carry a low-end severe risk, but with the absence of one particular ingredient, that may make for some of those storms that may turn on the stronger side, not really be able to sustain themselves. Otherwise, most of the morning and early afternoon likely staying quiet as we have temperatures in the low to mid 70s taking us through the mid-morning hours. But as I had mentioned earlier, some of us have had some fog developing. That's mostly confined towards our lower elevations as we have 1 mile of visibility in Black River Falls. Things have slightly improved there. Neilsville still at about a quarter of a mile as well. It's also very warm and muggy, however, with a lot of us in the upper 60s starting off this morning. 68 in Eau Claire, 70 in Ellsworth. Meanwhile, our lower elevations, a little on the cooler side, relatively speaking, still in the upper 50s with winds that are pretty light out of the south. Now, I had mentioned earlier that we're missing one key ingredient in terms of severe weather, and that is the absence of a wind field. Now, this is, of course, just at the surface, but aloft, not very strong winds either, relatively speaking. So anything that does develop into a strong to potentially severe storm likely not going to sustain itself. Another ingredient that we do have plenty of is this abundance of low-level moisture, as we have dew points that are in the mid-60s as well. So it'll feel a little bit more summer-like for today as we have warmer temperatures in store. We have a bit of that mugginess, but once that cold front moves through, not only is that going to bring some cooler temperatures, it'll also bring some drier air in our direction. Now, satellite and radar showing that things have been pretty quiet through the overnight. We haven't really had any showers, and that's going to be the case again early on. As a weak warm front moves its way out ahead of that cold front, may have a few showers and storms develop, but for the most part, things should stay quiet until the brunt of this heads our way later on this evening. Now, it does carry the potential for some locally heavier rates of rainfall. Also, anything that would develop out of this as far as a severe threat would likely be some winds and some hail. Otherwise, for tomorrow morning into the early afternoon, likely seeing a little bit of sunshine. A few clouds then roll in into the afternoon, could spark a few pop-up showers or even a few storms. But tomorrow night into Thursday, things quiet down. Our winds turn breezy out of the northwest, but some clouds start to roll in, and it is going to be on the cooler side, feeling a little bit more spring-like. Now, as far as that severe risk, most of us under a level 1 risk that you see here in green. Level 2 towards far western Wisconsin, eastern Minnesota. But again, not really expecting any prolonged severe weather threat going into this afternoon and evening. Temperature is going to feel pretty summer-like for today, though. Low to mid 80s on tap before falling to the mid to upper 50s. Next couple of days, though, we do slightly cool things off. Highs in the mid 70s by Thursday in the Coulee region, as we do, of course, cool things off, and we'll have those breezy conditions. We stay pretty seasonable through the weekend. Saturday does bring a slight chance at a couple showers, but things then dry out into the start of next week. Now, for a Sunshine Award, Ryan Carls would like to nominate Sydney Weissokil, and I'm sorry for butchering that. Sydney is a high school 9th and 10th grade English teacher. She is such an amazing teacher and such a kind-hearted person, and she is such a joy to be around. Now, if you'd like to nominate someone, send us an email or head over to our website at weau.com.